Good morning. This is wee Paddy from across the shop, who is completely and utterly frustrated with videoing. This is now, I think, the 11th take on this video. I normally do one-take videos. I'm not good at taking notes, so I just can't remember anything this morning. Is this an age thing? Yes, I think it is. Does it frustrate me? You bet it frustrates me. But I've got a beautiful knife, and I'm going to get it all out now before I forget any more names. It's the Alicia Isham Civivi McKenna. Yay! I couldn't get that out this morning. It comes in a beautifully packaged product. It comes with a little pouch, and inside your pouch you got the usual things. You have a little baggie, you have a little thing tells you about Civivi, and a lovely cleaning cloth. And you get this all for a knife. Well, you know, Civivi's range from about $55 to $80 roughly. I'm just saying roughly. This one's about $70. So to get a pouch with it is lovely. It makes the experience all the more better. You can tell straight away that it's Alicia Isham design. It's just beautiful. I love the symmetric way that it just looks, the beginning, the end. Everything about it is just not so much futuristic, but it is an unusual design, but very functional, and we'll get into that later. Let's give you a wee bit on the design side. By the way, I got this from Jeff over at World of EDC. I'll put his channel down below. Go and have a look at his channel. He really is. He probably has the most calming voice on YouTube. I love listening to him. So, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3/4 inches long for want of a millimetre or two. It has a blade length of just under 3 inches and a cutting edge of about 2 3/4. It has a handle length of 1, 2, 3 3/4. Now I can't use my my caliper. The battery has just run out on me. So I did measure it before. The blade stock itself is about 2.5 millimeters. Behind the edge, it's about 11 thousandths. It's just absolutely like a razor. An amazing flat grind. Absolutely beautiful flat grind. You can see the grind marks on it, and it's like a satin finish. It is just beautiful. I love the Civivi logo. Understated. That's it. It's the only bit of writing you'll see in the blade, except for Alicia's little goggle-eyed face there. There we go. So, I mean, it really is just a knife that you can find very little fault with it. If you want me to cut it short and fault find it, here's the only fault that I found. They haven't got flat screws in the deep carry pocket clip. That's it. That's the only fault that I can find with this knife. It is so well made. Watch this. It's drop shutty. A little knife like this, a little knife like that is drop shutty. It is easy to flick, and believe you me, I'm the worst front flicker, and I can do it, although I have spent an awful lot of time practicing with it. But it literally just drops. Look at that. It's just for a knife that weighs nothing. And we'll do a weigh-in. The batteries are all right on this, so let me just get that out of the way. And we'll go to a weigh-in, and it is in grams. It is 49.9, 50 grams. And if we go to ounces, 1.76. So it's less than the bug out. Less than the bug out. So, I mean, that is just, honestly, it's so thin, you do not feel this in your pocket, which is lovely for an EDC. And can it do EDC? Of course it can. It really can. It's D2 steel. It's got an absolute razor's edge for any slicing that you want to do. This is your man, let me tell you. Is it going to be good for heavy duty work? No, that's not what it is. It's a little EDC knife. A little knife to wear going to church. It's a little knife to wear anywhere. You can use this. Look, here's my thing with a small knife. If you've got a blade of 2.5 inches and over, I believe that'll do any task for EDC that you should be expecting an ordinary EDC knife to do. If you're going to do big heavier tasks, take a bigger knife. This is just for the average man who's going to do a bit of cutting during his day. No matter what that cutting will be, this should take care of it. So there's mine. And to be honest, this last month I've been carrying just a traditional boy's knife. And I have not been found wanting once. Not once. And, you know, I've cut up cardboard boxes, I've cut zip ties, I've done things that are out of the ordinary for me to do, just to do them. just to see if I was going to be stuck, if I couldn't cut a zip tie with it. There's no problem. There is absolutely no problem. So for me, you know, this is just the perfect little EDC for most of us. Now, let's just we'll give you some size comparisons and then we'll go into a wee bit more about the knife. There is the Civivi, there's a rustic gent, which is a lockback knife. Again, exactly the same size. Exactly the same size. And the difference between these two is just a wee bit of weight and a wee bit of... This is more for your traditional guys and this is for your more modern guys. This is actually a bit thinner than the rustic gent. But a really good comparison. Just two different locks. You've got the liner lock here and you have a back lock in the rustic gent. Here's the UK PK, which is for... It's exactly the same size again. Again, these knives that I'm showing you, that especially this, these are all EDCable and top of the range EDC knives, in my opinion. And here's another one that's top of the range. There is the Griptilian, the mini Griptilian. How famous is the mini grip? And it's exactly the same size, same cutting length, but a much better cutting, if you like. This is a slicey knife compared to this. But in the pocket is where this knife really tells you... Oh, let me get that out of the way. In the pocket is where this one really gets you, because it's so light, it's so thin, you just don't feel it. And you could even put the inside of a suit pocket. Do you know what I mean? It literally would go anywhere. Now, let me see. It's G10 scales. There's this is like a bit of knurling there. And then it is chamfered at the top here. It has been relieved all the way around, but only slightly. It doesn't need to be. This is a small knife. This pocket clip, the Civivi pocket clip, is really, really good. I can feel it in here, but it is by no means uncomfortable, and it wouldn't stop me doing anything. Bearing in mind, I'm not going to work for 8 hours solid in this knife, but very, very comfortable. Where the relief is here, it is perfect. It is so easy to move across, and you've seen how drop shotty this wee knife is for, you know, a knife that weighs next to nothing. 1.7 ounces. But the blade shape, and with this sort of, this sheep's footy, sort of modified sheep's, I suppose that's what we're going to call it, you can do draw cuts. You can get right to the end of this blade comfortably and still have your hand away from the cutting edge. Really comfortably for draw cuts. I mean, it's an office worker's dream, I believe, this knife. An office worker's dream, because you're not going to offend anybody, but yet, even if you want to go and have a steak for your lunch, this will cut through it. This is going to do as a lunch knife as well. This will slice an apple, peel an apple, do whatever you like. I just think Civivi, along with these, have just made an absolutely beautiful... Look, the gent and the rustic gent are two beautiful knives. I can't fault them either. And this is the thing with them. They're knocking out knives now that have centering that is absolutely perfect. The fit and finish, absolutely perfect. How can you fault a company that's doing that? You just can't. You simply can't. They are busting it. And I believe for the most part, most people can't afford the wee... top of the range knives that are $250, $300. That's pushing it to people who, like myself, really do love knives and go out of their way to get one. But most of us don't do that. Most people don't. Most people, this would probably be their high-end knife, you know, $70. And if you want a knife that has got design, flair, I mean, it's just different than this. This is old school. This is old school. And if you like that, you'll always like that. This is modern. Modern, nearly modern traditional. It hasn't got a lockback, it's got a liner lock. But it gives you that, it just looks, I think, futuristic, like most of Isha's designs, and yet it's a little small package, very easy to wield, an absolute beauty of a knife. What do you think? Let me know down below. I really do. I have fallen for this wee knife, and because I like carrying traditional knives, it is about the same size as a traditional knife. Do you know what I mean? It just is. It's the same size. Here's the, like, this is the gent, this is the lockback. I mean, they just take up no pocket space whatsoever. They're easy to carry. This is a bit bigger, but they're easy to carry and put in your pocket. And especially if you're trying to get somebody into the knife community, if you're trying to get somebody into that knife world, or get them a knife. Now, this is a granted, this would be a beautiful gift, as it was for me. $70, you have got a knife that will spread the age gap. It really will just go across the age gap. This is less than half an inch, much less. I would say 0.4, to be honest. And that's a guess. My calipers are broke, as I was telling you. But the deep carry pocket clip, it just hides away nicely. It's not completely deep. You got a little bit, but who would know that was a knife unless you're a knife person? I just love it. I'll be carrying it often. It's definitely going in the rotation, my EDC rotation, and I'll mix and match it with my traditional knives because I do like both. So, Jeff, I can't thank you enough. I absolutely love this as much as I love the Gent. A real star of the show. The packaging that Civivi's doing, they're making the experience good. Now, come on, our home knife companies, you have to follow this. You have to be as good as this. In packaging, in fit and finish, you have to be. I have yet to have a Wii or a Civivi knife that's not been absolutely immaculate fit and finish. They're giving away pouches. They're giving away the things that attract people like me who are magpies, who want knife-related product stuff. This, to me, is just an amazing little knife. And I know I'm going a bit over the top. And it's not because it's a gift. It's because it's just so light but so efficient. I mean, 11 thousandths behind the edge. I mean, it's just... come on. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better for $70, that's for sure. So, there we go. Thank you so much for listening to me. I know I've ranted on a wee bit, but I think this was 11 times this take took. And I've probably forgotten so much. So, from wee Paddy, I'm away on. This is highly, highly recommended. Like the Gent, like the other rustic Gent, like any of the knives that I've put in front of you here. And this is about half the price of most of them. So there you go. Take care. Paddy's gone. Cup of tea time.